Arsenal are doing something special. After a dramatic last-minute win against Luton, Mikel Arteta's midfield is transforming. So today we'll break down the evolution of Martin Odegaard, understand how Kai Havertz is changing, get the breaking update on a potential midfield signing, and discuss the surprise news regarding the title race. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14, welcome back to your boys channel, and how can you not be sensational after Arsenal scored the 96th minute winner? As per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new. But starting off with Arsenal's last minute madness. Mikel Arteta's attack is starting to click, and there's one player I want to focus on. Gabriel Jesus is back and he is firing. Scoring his second league goal of the season, Jesus continues a spectacular record of having never lost a Premier League match in which he has scored in. 58 matches, 53 wins, 5 draws and 0 losses. There was something special about this performance. With an overall 8.8 rating, 1 goal scored, 1 assist, 3 shots on target, 2 successful dribbles, 53 touches, 30 accurate passes, 5 key passes and creating 1 massive chance. As Mikel Arteta says after the game, he's really mobile, a constant threat and scored a good goal. He's involved in many positive actions for the team as well. I think we're getting the best out of him and he's in a good place. Jesus is a unique profile because he excels at almost everything. Describe a Pep Guardiola as the best pressing forward in the world. He gives the Arsenal attack energy. Focus on this guy's heat map. You'll notice the fact that he loves to drift. Never in a set position, almost impossible to mark. I'm not sure fans realise how important Jesus is. In the 11 games that he has not started this season, Arsenal have scored only 21 goals. In the 11 games that he has started, Arsenal have scored 29. I don't think there's a more underrated striker in Premier League history. The fact that he's now scored 71 Premier League goals, overtaking a certain Eric Cantona. There's something specific that Mikel Arteta is doing. By allowing Jesus to drift across the pitch, Arsenal have a new focal point and his name is Kai Havertz. Alongside Jesus, Arsenal have turned to an old school front two. The prime example is the goal to make it 2-1. Watch how Havertz is able to open up space by making a lovely run to the front post, allowing for Gabriel Jesus to take profit. Things got even better. To make it 3-3, Jesus and Havertz combine, with Jesus winning his duel and playing a lovely pass. Havertz ghosting into the space and scoring an important goal. This is why Mikel Arteta signed Kai Havertz. This guy's a poacher, focused on all 4 of the goals he scored this season. Havertz has got a unique ability to arrive at the right place at the right time. In this game we saw a 7.6 rating. 1 goal scored, 50 touches, 20 accurate passes, 4 key passes, 4 ground balls won, 6 in the air, as well as 1 interception and 1 tackle. Look at this guy's heat map. Mikel Arteta is finally using him as a secondary striker. With 3 goals and 4 appearances, Havertz has now scored as many goals for Arsenal in his last 4 appearances as he managed in his previous 32. It all comes down to confidence. After scoring a few goals, Havertz is starting to be more decisive. What stands out to me is how he understands space. Every time he makes a run, there's 2 consequences. Either he finds himself in a goal scoring position or opens up space for someone else to take advantage. There's also been another transformation. We're talking Martin Odegaard, in this game a 7.5 rating, with 1 very important assist, 80 touches, 60 accurate passes, 5 key passes. His heat map shows an evolution in his role. Odegaard is dropping deeper and dictating. Every time Odegaard gets the ball deeper, he's always 5 steps ahead. Odegaard is starting to act like a replacement for a certain Granit Xhaka, providing the Arsenal midfield balance. What stands out to me is Odegaard's final 20 minutes. With Arsenal chasing a much needed winner, notice how much Odegaard was getting the ball. It shows that he's starting to fit into his new role. Look at the way that Arteta has transformed our midfield, using Rice as the ball security, Odegaard as a deep playmaker, Havertz as a secondary striker. It feels like we're reaching a perfect balance. This game was also a massive moment for Bukayo Saka, his 200th game as an Arsenal player, in which he's got a total of 46 goals and 52 assists, providing yet another assist against Luton. Saka has now scored or assisted against all 25 of the teams he's ever faced in the Premier League. With a total of 11 assists in all competitions, Saka has provided the most out of any player in Europe's top 5 leagues. There's something very unique about Arsenal's attack, the ability to score from anywhere, with Arsenal's last 11 Premier League goals coming from 11 different goal scorers. The front 6 is starting to cook, with Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, Havertz, Rice and Odegaard all getting a goal or assist in this game. But I want to focus on a certain Ben White. With a 7.2 rating, 4 clearances, 1 interception, 1 tackle, 55 passes completed, 2 key passes, 2 accurate long balls and 1 massive chance created, from which he got a lovely assist. There's something happening on that right hand side. That's now the 4th assist provided by an Arsenal right back in 3 games. Arteta is finding different ways of attacking, surprising teams with fullbacks. Arsenal are becoming that much more unpredictable. On scoring a late winner, Arteta says, "I think it gives a special chemistry between them to live moments like that in football." That's the beauty of it. It's not about you. It's about doing it with a team, and the energy you feel in that dressing room is something unique. Here was William Saliba after the game, simply over the moon. Arsenal have now made it 4 late winners this season. Massive goals against Brentford, Luton, City and United. Luton is not an easy place to go to. Let's not forget a certain Liverpool went there and drew 1-1 after scoring an equaliser in the 95th minute. Scoring late goals is a massive part of title winning teams. A certain Sir Alex Ferguson was the prime example. Fergie time is slowly becoming Arteta time. The most exciting thing for me is how Arsenal are emotionally maturing. Look at these stats here in terms of number of yellow cards by Arsenal players in the Premier League so far this season. Havertz is the highest with 4, Gabriel and Saliba only have 1, Rice, Tomiyasu have 0. With 18 yellow cards in total, Arsenal have the least amount in the league. When you compare that to a certain Man City, whose main midfielder Rodri has missed multiple games via suspension, Arsenal are learning the art of emotional control, summed up by a certain Declan Rice. The man of the match in this game, a 7.2 rating with 72 accurate passes, 1 key pass, 2 accurate long balls, 2 clearances, 1 interception and 2 tackles, and yet another last minute winner. According to Sammy Mockbell, Arsenal celebrate Declan Rice's last gasp winner over Luton with a dressing room rendition of Vanilla Ice's famous track Ice Ice Baby, with the players singing along to the lyrics in their away changing room. It says, "When I score, I watch it back all the time. Because I don't score a lot, I'm going to be watching it all night." Declan Rice is developing something very important, a match-winning gene. Look at the moment so far in his Arsenal career. A 96th minute winner against Man United, a goal against Chelsea to spark a comeback, and a 97th minute win against Luton. Arteta was asked after the game on if he expected Rice to score 2 late winners so early in his career. Arteta says, "I expected 3, so 1 more to go." Do you guys see the crazy potential here? Declan Rice for me has all of the ability and the character to go down as an Arsenal and Premier League legend. The stats in this game are fascinating. Arsenal with 66% possession, 509 passes completed, 52 final third entries and a 5.1 expected threat created. The field tilt shows that towards the end of the game it was all Arsenal. The XG backs it all up. Luton was 0.67, Arsenal with 2.72. Arsenal weren't poor defensively. The real issue was individual errors. 2 clangers from David Raya. Here he was after the game going over to Declan Rice, with "thank you" surely being said. Let's just say the stats weren't amazing. Raya putting a 5.0 performance, a -2 goals prevented, alongside 2 errors led to goals. When Mikel Arteta was asked after the game about David Raya's performance, he says, "I'm so happy with the team." The issue for Raya isn't about the mistakes, it's the standard set by Mikel Arteta. By taking Ramsdale out so ruthlessly, there's a reason why he's persisting with David Raya. It all comes down to the stats. Not only is Raya in the top 7% of keepers in terms of save percentage, look at the cross-claiming this season. Raya is averaging the highest in the league with 17%. Ramsdale's stats are not as good, only able to stop 6.4% of crosses. Moving on to the Aaron Ramsdale dilemma, there's something very important happening in Newcastle. With Nick Pope suffering a massive injury, Newcastle could be on the market for a new goalkeeper. According to reports in the UK, Aaron Ramsdale would consider a move to Newcastle, but the Magpies are reluctant to meet Arsenal's £50 million valuation of the 25-year-old. The move to Newcastle would make a lot of sense. Ramsdale would get Champions League football, a long-term project to be a part of. Mikel Arteta has a different idea though. He confirms, "I want Aaron Ramsdale with us. I'm very happy to have 2 very good goalkeepers and Aaron is staying with us. He's willing to play like any player. He wants to play for Arsenal. That's what he wants to do." Here's where things get interesting. Despite Raya being the current number 1, if we are to see any more massive errors, there may be a window of opportunity. As Ben Jacobs says, "I'm told that if Arsenal have their way, they would still like to keep Ramsdale until the end of the season for depth. And because despite Raya being number 1, they don't see a great deal between the 2 goalkeepers. They believe Ramsdale has all the qualities to play and step in when needed, whether that's in a congested fixture calendar, an injury or a drop in form to Raya." We also have a very important defensive update. With Takehiro Tomiyasu out for the game against Luton, Arteta broke the news after the game. "We had a scan on Tomiyasu and it's not good news. He's got an injury in his calf and he's going to be out for a while." With the reliable team news and ticks confirming, Tomiyasu could be out for 4 to 6 weeks. There's been a massive debate in the Arsenal fan base. Do Arsenal have the squad depth to win a title? The answer for me is yes. The fact we've had no Thomas Partey or Urian Timber. Jesus missed the start of the season, yet still set top of the Premier League. The issue is not squad depth, it's more down to luck. Losing Timber and now Tomiyasu, 2 of the most versatile players in the league. Arsenal will now be on the market for a new defender. We've got to talk about Genoa's Radu Dragusin, whose agent has been speaking. "I have been in London for some time and we've had almost weekly meetings with important teams. We are getting closer. I spoke with Newcastle, with Arsenal and with Tottenham. I also have messages with them and conversations. They are the teams that ask about Dragusin." What stands out about this player is his versatility. The heat map shows he can play left back, right back and centre back. That is trademark Mikel Arteta. The reason behind that is because of protection. Arsenal would cover every part of their back four. But what's happening in terms of the forward signings? signings. According to reports in Portugal, Arsenal are interested in securing Victor Gyökeres of Sporting Lisbon in January. Gyökeres' profile was fascinating, thriving in Portugal with 9 goals this season from a next year of only 5, missing only 2 big chances, a 25% goal conversion. The standout feature is creativity. Go back to last season when he was playing for Coventry. Alongside 21 goals scored, Gyökeres provided 10 total assists. But there's also been a development regarding Ivan Toney, who posted a very intriguing Instagram story of Arsenal's win against Luton in the last minutes, tagging Declan Rice with the caption of "What a game." Tony understands exactly what he's doing. Speaking on a podcast about Arsenal, posting us on his story, he's clearly very keen to move to the Emirates Stadium. That's massive for Mikel Arteta, who's only ever signed players that really want to play for Arsenal. Look at Declan Rice as a prime example, convinced about Arsenal before even signing. Tony's issue is something else, the fact that Arsenal have different priorities. As Simon Collins says, Arsenal have made signing a new midfielder their transfer priority in the next month, and expected to move for an attacker in the summer. The midfield target we need to focus on is coming out of France. According to Ryan Taylor, one of the names that could enter Arsenal's thinking this winter is Monaco's Youssouf Fofana. Sources close to Fofana have indicated Monaco are prepared to consider a January sale, as the player's current deal was due to expire in the summer of 2025. Mikel Arteta is understood to be an admirer. This guy's profile is perfect for the Arsenal midfield. Not only has he got the power to play as a number 6, but also the ability to arrive as a number 8. He's got the important defensive work rate, 1.3 interceptions per game, 2 tackles, 7.4 ball recoveries, more than Declan Rice. There's one area Fofana clearly excels. Look at his level of progressive passes, completing a total of 7.89 per game, which is up there with the best progressors in Europe. But Arsenal have thrown out another surprise target. As the reliable team news and ticks confirms, Arsenal have interest in Fulham's Joao Palhinha, with even Fabrizio Romano saying, Arsenal are one of the English clubs interested in Joao Palhinha. It's true that Arsenal appreciate the player. There are some people at Arsenal that consider him very good. He is being discussed internally. Arsenal would have to beat though a certain Bayern Munich, who could have signed Palhinha in the summer, having agreed a £65 million deal, with the deal collapsing on transfer deadline day because Fulham couldn't sign replacements. Sam Dean says the Bayern Munich are facing competition from multiple Premier League clubs, and the battle to sign Joao Palhinha. The Portugal midfielder almost joined Bayern last summer. The player has said the Premier League is the best for his style of play. The reason why Palhinha is fascinating is the fact that he's 28 years of age. Look at our last few signings in January. Leandro Trossard and Jorginho, both over the age of 28. Palhinha is a late bloomer, having only become a starter in 2020, only age 25 playing for Sporting Lisbon. 3 years later there's been a transformation. Palhinha is a special defensive midfielder. As his stats radar shows, a real lack of attacking and passing numbers, alongside insane defensive numbers up there with the best. Passing numbers would get better at Arsenal because we'd have more of the ball. But look at his recent performance here. An 8.4 rating against Brighton, with 24 accurate passes, 1 key pass, 3 accurate long balls, and a whopping 15 out of 20 ground balls won. Since the start of last season, Palhinha has made a total of 204 tackles, a grand total of 80 more than the next highest player. This signing would make Arsenal a defensive machine. Think about the idea of Rice alongside Palhinha, especially in the Champions League. It's almost Diego Simeone-esque. Arteta's idea is to make Arsenal the best off-the-ball team in the world. A Joao Palhinha profile could take that to the next level. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Let's get the latest on Jurrien Timber. The player says that I'm feeling good, I'm progressing well and recovering well. It won't be the whole season, I hope. I am making good progress. Reports are claiming that Timber could be back as soon as after January. His unique ability to carry the ball into the final third would give Arsenal a different level of progression. There's also a few Arsenal youngsters shining, one being Tyrese John-Jules, who has now made it 2 goals in 2 games, thriving on loan down there at Derby County. But I want to focus on Charlie Patino, who scored a stoppage time winner for Swansea to earn a massive point, with a lovely finish into the bottom left hand corner. In only 18 minutes, Patino had an 8.2 rating, scoring 1 goal, with 21 passes, 4 key passes, 2 big chances created. That's now 6 goal contributions so far this season. Patino is evolving his offensive game. There's also been some important news, confirming that Arsenal will face Liverpool in the FA Cup third round at the Emirates Stadium. In terms of Liverpool themselves, they beat Sheffield United 2-0 to close the gap to 2 points to Arsenal. But then you've got Man City, who were defeated by Aston Villa 1-0. That score does not tell you the entire story. Look at the expected goals. Villa had a total of 0.33, holding City to 0.86. The craziest stat is that City accumulated a grand total of 0 XG after the 11th minute against Aston Villa. City have now gone 4 games in a row in the Premier League without a win. Look at these results this season. They've lost to Arsenal, drawn to Chelsea, drawn to Liverpool, drawn to Tottenham, and now lost to Aston Villa. City are struggling against the top sides. Here's how the table looks as it stands. Arsenal in first, Liverpool second, Villa now in third, and City down in 4th. Arsenal's next game is gargantuan, a game against the in-form Aston Villa at Villa Park. They have not lost a single game there since February. The last team to win at Villa Park was Arsenal, That famous 4-2 victory with 2 last-minute goals. Mikel Arteta is not going to be there. After Mikel Arteta received a booking for this celebration against Luton, his 3rd yellow card of the season and now a suspension. That for me is embarrassing. The fact that Arteta can't even celebrate. It's time for Arsenal to turn to Airport Albert. I am so excited for this game on Saturday. 2 teams in form at the peak of their powers. If Arsenal could somehow get a win, where City were embarrassed, it would be a statement of the season. That is the video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy in all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was all of today's latest Arsenal news. A last minute winner against Luton, and now a gargantuan game against Aston Villa. The games are coming thick and fast, and things are getting interesting. I will see you guys very soon. Until then, take care. Good night.